I remember watching another isekai show until 3 a.m. My body used to shut itself off. I was up so late that my brain told me to fall asleep. I was abusing the being awake if a predator comes brain mode for a disgusting rewatch session of my 10th isekai this month. And as a result of 3 a.m., I had school at 8 a.m., alarm clock on, or else I'd be screwed. I got at most 5 hours per night. It was either going home from school, biking home from grade school. First thing I do, put off my shoes, run in, sometimes with my jacket on, click on poof computer, turn it on, turn on monitors, keyboard ready, turn on Skyrim or 9 anime on Chrome. It repeated itself. I remember sitting in class the days after, at this time of my life, sitting in class. It was a miracle if I didn't fall asleep every day. After that meal, lunch, falling asleep. After breakfast, literally falling asleep. Literally, there were times I literally fell off the road. Because I was so lethargic and tired of my brain in the morning. Introduction. I'm Escalax, and my mission is help people grow their businesses and teach things you should have been taught in school since long ago. And this is me, being out real happy, really purposeful. So why should you listen to me? Well, instead of these clickbaity things, if I clickbait, I make it worth the clickbait. Because if it's clickbait, because I will always tell you the truth. So if I clickbait the video, then it's true. So everything I will share in this video will have been tried, experimented, years of experimentation. And sleep, I've had a huge fucking sleep problem. It's been like the thing I've focused on for a month. I've had a huge problem with it. So everything in this video will have been tried, and I will share all of the things that actually worked and all those things. So instead of putting things out of my ass, recording 10 videos a day, know nothing what he's talking about, lying, oh, this is how you make 10k a month when you don't even have 10k a month. Instead of all that shit, I'm pulling things from my head, from my experience, instead of out of my ass. So that's a promise I make. And another promise is I will only tell you what actually helped me improve my sleep. I won't tell you all the science, because I've tried it and it didn't, and all didn't work. So I will tell you all the things that actually did work, and I will guarantee you, if you implement one or even all of them, you will feel like you're hibernating bear again, like you're a teenager again. So those are the 10 things that help me. First, we'll go into carnivore lion diet. Wow, that's a lot. Wow, that's a balanced diet, I see. Kind of not. Okay. So this was seriously the thing that did the absolute most for me, because I have these 10 steps, but the thing that worked the most was this. Of course, there are many other things that really helped me, but this is the number one thing. This was my bottleneck in sleep for a very long time. Literally, I'm eating beef and beef. Beef and fat, beef and fat, beef and fat. So lion diet. Or what is a carnivore diet? It is a animal-based only meat diet. What is a lion diet? Only ruminant meat. Only beef, sheep with beef tallow, water and salt. Beef, water and salt. That is a lion diet. Literally. That's the popular lion diet. I would say that's a lion diet. And holy shit. when I increased my fat, when I ate high fat lion diet, like beef tallow butter, but beef tallow was best. So I ate a lot of. I can eat ground beef, I can eat ribeyes, I can eat chuck steak, I can eat whatever steak that is. I eat steak, ground beef, with a lot of beef tallow. That's it. I remember eating carbs. I ate carbs. I was like, yeah, carbs are bad. I fast. I fast because fasting is healthy. Yeah, it's healthy from fasting from shit. But I found out that carbohydrates is the thing that makes my brain stupid. So I went on this diet because I didn't want to eat carbohydrates. And then I read about that vegetables are actually not as good as you think. They're not good enough to eat, and they're not there for you to eat. They are also living creatures, and they have poisons in them that are not things I seek. I seek things that have nutrients, no poison. So this is my answer. Carnivore lion diet. I remember eating this high carb diet, right? Before sleep and all that. I slept 10 hours, I woke up groggy and lethargic and sleepy. I ate lion diet, I slept for 8 hours, I felt like I can run a marathon. I don't need to say much more than that. You get the most nutrients in your life. You don't feel like you're brain fog, like you're not present, like you're not alive. You feel like sapien. Your testosterone will double, triple, 4 times. It's the biggest testosterone hacks. Biohack notes. Yeah, it's not a biohack. It's what we biologically supposed to eat. If we don't eat crap, of course the testosterone will go up. If we eat nutritious food, of course the testosterone will go up. If we eat nutritious food while not eating crap, of course it will go up. And of course our sleep will go up. I sleep so much better. My testosterone by itself is so much higher. I feel so much better. And this was the thing that actually helped my sleep. Because I'm not gonna, carnivore diet, this and this and that. I tried it. I've been on it for more than a year. I sleep 7 hours. I can literally be sleep deprived. But carnivore diet sleep deprivation is better than good sleep of carbohydrates. Not kidding. I'm not lying. That's how it is for me. And I've done this for years now. 1.5 years, soon 2 years. This is what I did. Okay, I've been on carnivore for 1.5 years, lion diet for like half a year, but it's worked really well. So it's better now than ever. Having done hard work, having done a hard days of work is extremely important as well. So you're on the human diet, Homo sapiens sapien diet. Good. You're on your species appropriate diet. Now, 2, having done a hard days of work. Completely difficult work. You work on something that you generally think is important. So, the days I have done 4 scripts, the days I've recorded everything I said I was going to do, I write down the day before, record 5 videos. I record 5 videos. The moment I go in bed, I feel, oh, I've completed everything. I've done 5. I've done so much work. I've done 5 videos. Interestingly, the days that you fulfilled, that you're working hard on your goal, that you're working on the thing that you said you were going to do, the goals you have, the purpose, the mission, the all that thing is the times you feel the best. So when I have done, this is me with the biggest smile ever, me having recorded a whole course. Oh, but you're in your cave, you don't even have sunlight. It's so much things everywhere. Yeah, sure, my room is not perfectly clean, but when I have like this, genuinely, this, have you seen this smile? You can't even fake such a good smile. That's the smile I'm having when I do my purposeful work. Like, my goal is working for a longer time. My goal is being in flow state as long as possible. My goal is keep being able to work hard as hell. Because I feel amazing doing that. And the bonus is, like, honestly, I love working hard. So the bonus is, yeah, you get cash. You get a lot of things done. You get videos done. But the thing is that I like the work itself. Wow. But doing difficult work, doing the damn schoolwork that you hated, because you have this cortisol, this stress, oh, I have to do it, I have a test next week. If you study and literally in your bed satisfied, I've done everything I could, you will sleep like a hibernating bear, like a teenager, because you will feel everything is done, I've done something really purposeful, and then you're on the lion diet along with that. Those two single things will make you a better sleeper than anything else, probably. Those two combined, but the other things are also important components. So if you wanna be here, and some things will be no shit duh thingy, but well, stay if you wanna hear about everything that actually worked. 3. Sleep anxiety. Getting over sleep anxiety. You're there, I need to sleep well. Instead, go back to this. I need to do purposeful. When you have every purposeful work, you pick a book, you read, and then when you feel sleepy, you sleep. Honestly, you'll get better sleep not obsessing of same sleep time, same this and this and that. If you don't, like, you find this when you're not sitting in bed, I need to sleep, when you're like, I'm reading, and then you're naturally sleeping eventually, then you will sleep better. It's crazy, right? When you aren't prioritizing sleep, you're getting better sleep. But if you aren't prioritizing sleep, you're like sitting there with phone. But if you are prioritizing sleep but not overthink it, that will be your best sleep. Weird, right? Very weird. But of course prioritize sleep. That's why you read this guide. And of course you can implement all these steps. And I really recommend it, because fixing your sleep is fixing your dopamine, fixing your happiness, fixing your life. It's like, if your sleep is wrong, then if you cannot even learn properly if you're sleep deprived. Like, you're not present. You're just shell of the body you're in. If you're sleep deprived, you're not yourself. So honestly, if someone is sleep deprived, then I don't listen to people who are sleep deprived, because they are sleep deprived. They are not themselves. So get your sleep right. And a good way is not be anxious about it. Yeah, sure, optimize it, but don't be anxious all the time, because that will have negative effects. So those damn sleep trackers. Oh, I didn't sleep as good, but it said I slept good, and you can never have 100% perfect days. You need to learn that. It's a hard lesson to learn, but the thing you need to learn, though, is that even though you're sleep deprived, you work as hard as possible. Even though everything is not perfect, you do as good as possible. Because if you do that hard work, if you do the hard discipline work, even though you feel like shit, then the next day you will feel good. And you know that every day cannot be a perfect day, so do as well as possible. That is a lesson you need to be ingrained in your mind right now, and will help you sleep tremendously. Just do this. Have something to work towards. That is literally the best hack I can give you to get better sleep. Because as a result, you won't have sleep anxiety, because you feel good. You have done something purposeful, and as a result, everything else will improve. So it could be a nighttime ritual, maybe breath work that decreases cortisol. But honestly, the thing that actually, because they can tell you, this meditation is best for cortisol, this is best for this and this and that, but this is the only thing that works. If you're anxious, I didn't get what I said I was gonna do, right? Even though you do breath work, it's not gonna be enough. This is the only thing that will suffice. This is the only satisfactory thing, because they can be like, meditation, but the most satisfying thing, the state of most satisfaction, is the flow state, and the flow state you get from work. If you're a masculine man, right, you need this. Like anyone, getting it from your work is the hack. God created work before Adam got work, before he met Eva. Adam and Eva. Adam got work before he got Eva. Work is more important than a woman for a man. Work is number one, is the highest priority in his life. So no wonder, even in the Bible it says that, right? So no wonder having done hard days of work, purposeful work, is important. 4. Regulate temperature. Of course it's important. This is real biology here. We know this. When we sleep, our body temperature is decreasing. We are decreasing by 2 to 3 degrees. So literally when we're 2 hours before we wake up, like at the lowest point, I think it's 1 or 2 hours, at the lowest point, we are literally 3 degrees colder than our core body temperature, 3 degrees colder than it normally is. So temperature is at its lowest. And it's weird, because it's like a key, whatever. It's like a requirement in order to fall asleep. Your body needs to decrease in body temperature, right? This is the circadian rhythm. You are highest temperature when you wake up and then lowest when you're about to sleep, because temperature has a huge effect on when we sleep. So having a cold environment, having the cortisol peak, having your circadian rhythm, being active in the day and the evening chill, and then having no lights, cold room, chilling in the evening, that will really help you fall asleep. And this is a biological reason for it, not only I know cold room is so much better for me, am I weird? No, you're not, because this is biological. If you have a cold room, you will naturally have an easier time fall asleep, and this is biology explained as well. So that's the thing you can do. So what I do is I open my window, make it cool, and then I have a fan to make it even cooler, but I have another reason for it, so it's a white noise, which I will go into later on. But so regulate temperature is a big thing you can do. Regulate lighting is a big thing as well. So the lighting, you want to get outside in the morning because you want light, you want that brain, and you want sunlight is the brightest light we have, so you want bright light in the morning and you want zero light in the evening, right? Lightning. You have a huge overhead light. You see this light. If you have it on when you're trying to sleep, then you will have a hard time falling asleep. Maybe you'll still fall asleep because you're a TikToker who's up 3 a.m. Then, of course, even though you have lighting in the room, you'll fall asleep because your body is telling you, get the fuck asleep, you idiot. But if you want to get to bed at the right time, then don't have this damn thing on. It's that simple. You have zero lights when you're trying to fall asleep, and you have as much light as possible when you're trying to be awake. So you're outside. You have lights on in the morning. I don't have now because it fucks up with my camera. But you see, when I'm done with these videos, I will be out and I will exercise. I will do all this, be active when it's still day. When it's evening, I sit there, read, eat a huge meal, chill. That's what you need to do, and abuse lightning is a very effective tool. And this, like, if you have a light on when trying to sleep, it's impossible to sleep, so you know this, right? And there's a reason for it as well, because our scientific reason as well. Melatonin, it's a sleep-regulating hormone. When we have light on, it blocks. So meaning that every time you turn off any lights, you will even though it's day and you have zero lights, you will be more tired. The simple reason of melatonin. You're not blocking melatonin. Melatonin is always producing, especially in babies. And but we say melatonin. We have a lot of melatonin. If we put on lights, then we will block melatonin. And we want to block melatonin when we want to be awake. But we want that high melatonin when you're trying to sleep. Right. So 6, reading before bed. This is the biggest hack ever. This is me, right? Reading on a Storytel. Of course, I don't have the light on. When it's evening, I have zero lights and I have the lowest brightness on this Storytel pad. It's like a Kindle. It's the same thing. So I have this lowest brightness, yellow light, no white light. It's not that big of a difference, but it's a bit better. So I have yellow light, no brightness at all. Like as dark as possible, blackout curtains, zero lights. Reading is taxing for your brain. In a weird way, reading before bed is like... I don't think there's a scientific reason for this. I haven't found one, at least. But you sit down with zero lights, lowest brightness on your Kindle or Storytel pad or whatever. You sit in your bed, right? You get so tired. It's insane. If I am a bit tired already, I read. Like, I get in bed, let's say 1 hour before before my bedtime. Let's say my bedtime is 7 p.m. Yeah, because I wake up at 4 a.m. whatever. 7 p.m. Then 6 p.m. I sit in my bed, read. And then eventually, maybe it's 30 minutes, like the thing that drains me the most, yeah, perhaps it's some bad activity, but the thing that drains me the most, like, my brain feels good and I feel like I can sleep good. I feel like, it's weird. It's like, if I numb myself with reading, like, that's not even numb myself, but if I lie down or sit down reading, I get so tired so quickly. So then I just press the power button. I don't think you can see it. I press the power button, put it on my desk, and then I'm sound asleep. So instead of doing this breathing exercise or whatever, I do. Reading before bed. Simple. It helps the most. And I've even found that only reading, not doing any Wim Hof. Wim Hof is good, but I found that doing Wim Hof and then reading, no, it's literally only reading got my sleep better. Perhaps it's because I'm on this lion diet. Like, this diet is insane. Like, you don't even feel, I don't even think, if you eat high fat, your cortisol will be so low anyway, so that's probably a reason why. So literally this diet, you don't need to do breath work if you do this diet. But of course, breath work is important for your breath, and breathing is an important part. Nose breather and all that is important, but it's like a hack with the lion diet thingy. But reading before bed has really, really served me. It's the way I just doze off. It's the best way. Sometimes I don't even need this if I work really hard and feel really good, but I usually do a little reading to fall asleep easier. Because you will either go on your phone because you will be bored, like 1 hour doing nothing in bed. Like, yeah, you can tough it up, but if you want to sleep, you want to feel satisfied. So I read before bed because I found out that I fall asleep easier and I won't reach for a phone or something. So that's a good thing. White noise. Oh shit, what happened? Okay, so this is the fan I talked about. So, at this time, 7 p.m., my family won't be asleep because we have different, schedules and different wake up times and all that stuff. So, white noise is a good thing, even though we have the same white noise. Like, it's weird when I hear my fan. I use my fan every time I sleep. When I put on my fan, it's like I get sleepy by just putting a fan because I have literally combined the habit of putting on my fan when I sleep. So every time I hear that sound, it's like this relaxing sound. Like, sure, a fan is like, oh man, it's horrible. But I have slept with this for a year now, like this fan. So of course, when I hear the sound, I will fall asleep easier. So I have my fan on, I have my reading on, then my body's like, this guy's about to sleep, man. And then I sleep. And I sleep soundly because I've done so much in the day, and I combine fan with cold room, with no light, with reading. I fall asleep so easily. So I use a fan. I am a big fan of fans, and then earplugs. But I usually don't need these, but I use fan all the time. So that's the 7th one. 8, mouth tape. Yeah, this is the clickbait title, the clickbait thumbnail. Wow! Yeah, I asked my mother, by the way, to take the picture, but she couldn't take a 16:9 picture. She had to take the picture like this instead of like this. I told her to take picture like this and not like this, but mouth tape. Oh shit, man. Oh crap. Like, that's a bad skin I have there, but anyways, yeah, this was, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Man, oh crap, things can change fast. But I was in on my aunt's place. But mouth tape, you might think it's dangerous because, oh, what if I suffocate? I can't breathe. Well, you want to breathe through your nose even though you're sleeping, and breathing through your nose even though it's difficult will make it easier. It's like, everything is a skill. Exercise is a skill. Speaking is a skill. Breathing through your nose is a skill. Everything, reading, like, everything is a skill. Literally, sleeping is a skill. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, it's true, bro. It's weird as hell, but everything is a skill, and it's a real life video game, right? It's a skill. Sleeping is a skill. Nose breathing is a skill. Listening and writing and speaking is a skill. Sensing is a skill. You get better at sensing stuff and smelling stuff. Like, it's insane how weird it is. But I like it. It's like a real life video game. You can level up in real life instead of video game. But anyways, mouth tape will teach you to breathe through your nose. And you're like, oh, but I'm 100% mouth breather. It's dangerous. No, not quite, because sometimes when you wake up, you don't have the medical tape on your mouth anymore because you have breathe through the mouth. You want to breathe through the nose as much as possible, but if it's like you suffocate or whatever, it's dangerous or whatever, then when you breathe through your mouth, the mouth tape will get removed. So there is zero risk involved. So even though you suck at breathing through your nose, you will breathe through your mouth anyways, because this medical tape will go off. But why is the reason then? If I'm a mouth tape, yeah, because if you have mouth tape on the mouth, even though you're a mouth breather, you will naturally breathe more through your nose. So you will breathe more through your nose by just having this thing on, even if you're 100% mouth breather. You know what I mean? So this is a hack. It's cheap as hell. I even have it here. I use it every day. I put this on. I get my book and have a cold environment, no lights in, and this is also part of my daily routine. Then put my fan. That's my night ritual. And you're like, oh, but that's so many things. Tape, fan, no lights, reading. I've done this 100 times by now, but so I don't know. I can tell you the nighttime routine I have in the end of this video. 9 is same sleep time every day. I said you shouldn't be anxious about sleep, but I usually do. I do this. Let's say my bedtime is 7 p.m. Then at 6 p.m. I do my nighttime routine. So 6 p.m. I open the window. I get a book to read. I take this on, mouth tape on. I put my fan on and all that stuff. And then I naturally fall asleep around the same time. 5+5 10 minutes. But I get to bed really quickly when I get my book. So it's usually like 5 minutes different. Sometimes I sleep 7:05 p.m. Sometimes 6:55. Like it's around that 10-15 minutes. So it's the same timing. So doing this, you shouldn't be anxious about it, but maybe you can schedule 1 hour before your normal bedtime should be being in bed, reading, having cold room and all that stuff. So that's when my nighttime routine starts. 1 hour before bed is when my nighttime routine starts. Simple. And then meal timing. This is a very big one. Like, yeah, I can eat lion diet, carnivore diet, but this is still important, even though you eat the best diet. This is different for everyone though, but I'm telling you what worked for me. Let's say people eat once a day, OMAD style, then they eat right before bed and it works well for them. Interestingly, it did not work for me. I tried it, but when I eat lion diet, I usually eat 2 times a day. That's when I feel the best, when I eat 2 times a day. So that's what I do. Perhaps it's because I'm a teenager and naturally get hungry, but meal timing is very important for me, because I have found out if I eat like 3, even 4 hours before bed, then I will have some issues. So what I do is I eat at 2 p.m. and sleep at 7. So I usually try to have eaten, start cooking at like 1:30 and then eat at 2, and then maybe at 3 I'm done, and then I have 4 hours before bed. I've already done eating. I've got much better sleep that way. So it's different for everyone. Some people eat right before bed. Like me, I eat 4 or 5 hours before bed is when I feel best. Because if I eat that huge meal, I want to digest it properly. Because I have found out that digesting of food while sleeping has gotten me worse sleep quality. It's like these things, you can experiment yourself, and I have come to this conclusion that not eating anything hours before bed is the best. That's what worked best for me, and if you're similar to me, then you can try that. You can try both one day. You're like, oh, but it takes a week. No, it takes a day. If you eat right before bed and you feel like shit, if you feel the best when you eat before bed, then do it. But the majority of people actually feel best when they don't eat hours before bed. So they eat like 4 or 5 hours before bed. So most people feel good. So try both, but this is what worked for me. So I've covered all the steps. So before, so I promised you I will do a step-by-step thing. So try to go to lion diet, carnivore diet. You can search up carnivore diet. Like, I have made a video on it, and I will make more diet videos, and perhaps I'll make even another one, because this diet has really changed my life. It's like a very important diet for me, and has really helped me like getting more work done, and in turn growing my business because of it, because I can get more work done, I get more advertising, I feel better, everything is better in my life, I get more muscle, all that stuff. So going on that diet is very recommended, and you need to eat high fat if you're doing that, very important. And then having something important you work towards every day. And as a nighttime routine, open the window, have blackout curtains or something that blocks as much light as possible. And maybe on the morning you're out in the sun where much light, but as a nighttime routine, open the window, get it cooler in the room. No overhead lighting, no lighting at all, only natural lighting if that's the case, and then blackout window to get none of the natural light as well. And then put a Kindle or a book in your bed with no lights on, and then put on a fan, and perhaps put on air plugs, all those things. So once again, open window, put on fan, put on mouth tape, get a book in bed or a Kindle, and then no lights, and then you of course the window open, and then close the window when it's cold enough, and then blackout curtain, no lights in, and then you're sitting there with mouth tape reading and having fan white noise. And then you do this routine 1 hour before you're supposed to bedtime, or even 1.5 hours, I don't know. But sometimes it's very difficult to do that. You need to do it consistently. And then try to eat long before bed. So I wake up 4 a.m, I eat my first meal at like 9, 10, and then I eat my second at like 1. So I eat only a little bit at 10. Because I found that I cannot wait until 1 p.m. Like I cannot wait the whole day before eating, so I eat only a bit, and then I hit the gym with a bit of food in, and then after gym I eat my huge meal, and then I am pretty tired, but because you're like, but why would you eat a huge meal at 1 p.m. if you're going to bed at 7 p.m? Well, I don't want to eat too close to bedtime, and also, yeah, sure, I won't be able to do anything purposeful after 1 p.m. Sure, I can still read and learn, but if I get better sleep the next day when I'm doing my deep work, so perhaps those hours in the evening will be wasted because I have eaten a huge meal and I'm tired, but it's worth it because the next day when I'm recording these videos, doing a script, doing the hard work, it will be so much better, and that's the most productive time of my day anyways. So this is optimization and experimentation. So yeah, that's it. So congratulations, you made it. I didn't make a 5-hour sleep guide because I only covered the thing that actually helped me. So I know how dumb and complicated people like to make it, and I hate it because I myself had such a difficult time fixing my sleep. And all of them say this morning sunlight, this and this and that. But those 10 things, I can watch it again, was the only thing that worked for me. There are new studies coming up on different things, but it doesn't help. Actually, for some reason, the more studies it comes out in different things, the more difficult it gets. So as always, I hope you could take at least optimize your sleep better. Take some action and take something from this video. And then, yeah, as always, best regards, Eskilax. Improve your sleep already.